Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about transit Venus, sextile, or trine one's natal Black Moon Lilith. Now, this transit can manifest in love, enjoyment, relationships, money, values. These things can be in harmony with the negative manifestation of the sign you're pregnant. What does that mean? Please elaborate and expound on that, and I will. Well, for one thing, what it could be is that it's not that, relationships, whether they're significant friendships or romantic connections, they're not in agreement with the negative manifestation of your placement. But if they understand what it's about and what you're going through in connection with it, they could be more supportive in trying to help you deal with it, or at least your whatever it is that's connected with your natal Black Moon Lilith is not coming out, at least not very strongly at this time with your connections, and you could be more at peace with that. Venus is about peace and tranquility. If you have your natal Black Moon Lilith and Leo, say, it could be a domineering, arrogant, egotistical, or bombastic, type of qualities that you may have that you're trying to keep, really, suppressed. And because the Black Moon Lilith is connected with that side of oneself that doesn't want to be unveiled, that you want to suppress and pretty much keep under the rug, so to speak. The thing about this too, and it's also a time when you have this transit. It's about being able, to deal with, the dark side, the nefarious side of the placement. Trying to be at peace and not allowing it to really be, expressed, as as strongly as at least ordinarily maybe. And the thing about it is, it's also, it's not just about the person in question that has the placement. It's, depending on the sign that house it reflects. It could be, people in our lives. It could be, powerful, formidable adversaries. It may be tied into a situation you're in that's very negative or adverse. And if you have your natal Black Moon, I'll say, in the fourth house, it could always be, not always be, but in many instances, you feel a lot of stress in your home life. There might be turmoil in it, and it could be, if you have your natal, say, Black Moon Lilith in the fourth house, it could be, just a lot of instability in the home life, and it could be something where you have Venus being connected with money, having the money to deal with that energy and try to find some resolve, find some solution to that, such as finding one's own place as an example. And it's really where you have the money, where you may be able to deal with that negative energy better off than usual. And if you're somebody that's prosperous and affluent, you always have money to spare and whatever good for you, it would be a time where you would at least feel more like spending that money on what you need to do to deal with that negative energy connected with the BML. Now, the thing about this too, the fact that the Black Moon Lilith could be connected with formidable adversaries, powerful enemies. This could be a time where you might be a better opportunity to find peace or some reconciliation with that person or people. It could be a time, some of you have heard the expression about love your enemies. Well, this could be that time where you might be able to find some peace with these people, at least try to love, the people, that might have caused some problems for you, some emotional trauma or stress, or, put you in, dealing with, some anguish in your life. And it's a time where you might have a better opportunity to do this at this time and try to feel, because if you could be at peace with somebody that may have hurt you somehow or persecuted you or what have you, slandered you, your nature itself can be more at peace. And again, this is something where the Black Moon Lilith is connected. What you don't want unveil. Now, the fact when you have the transit of Venus, again, it's making a good relationship to your natal BML. It could be If there was something, say, like a criminal background that you didn't want to come out, it's a time where on the positive end, your relationships, again, which could be connected with a significant other, a marriage partner, it could be a important friendship. These people might be in harmony, so to speak, with keeping what you don't want to come out under that rug, so to speak, to be able to help you conceal it and not worry about them gossiping or repeating something that you want to keep secret. They may respect that information that may be given to them at this point in time. And the thing about this too is that the Black Moon Lilith are being connected with obsession and fixation. It could be a time where the fact that Venus is about our enjoyment, where you can enjoy something. It could be positive with the BML, because the Black Moon was also has a point, a spot in it that's that's positive, where you can manifest the energy positively, embrace the higher level, and it could be a time where you can enjoy that more, not be overly fixated or obsessive. You could have strong interest in that expression, the positive expression of the placement. I mean, if you have the natal Black Moon, Lilith, say if it's in Taurus or Libra, it might be in some artistic, type of hobby or endeavor, where this could come, where you could express that energy and really value it, but not to the point where you're overly obsessed or fixated. You could just be strongly interested in it, but not to the point where it would dominate your existence and where you would be oblivious to pretty much everything else. Now, the thing too is, the Black Moon Lilith is also the fact. I mean, it's connected with death. It could be a time where your relationships may be more supportive if you have had to endure death, at this, at this time, or whether you're grieving something that transpired years ago, or whether there's a recent death that you've had to endure. This is the time where you have, the people around you, your connections, where they could be giving you more, you could be more support at this time, more sympathy, more love at this time regarding, toward you, and being there for you to help you cope with it. It could also be a time where it's very positive for having the money to deal with some kind of trauma, whether it would be on a physical or emotional level. I mean, if you have your, natal, say if you have your natal Black Moon Lilith, and say if it's in Capricorn, it might be some physical trauma you've experienced with the knees, the bones, the joints, the hamstrings, the gallbladder, especially if you have your natal Black Moon Lilith in the first or sixth house in your chart, because the first house, of course, is associated with the physical body. The sixth house governs physical health-related issues, and it's also a time where you might feel like the void. The Black Moon Lilith is also associated with the void where we feel in one's life, and being able at this time, whether it's about money needed to help fill that void, whether it's about having the love in our life to help us cope with that a little bit better. This is a time where you can have more more the opportunity to have those, to help you deal with that emptiness, what you feel is lacking in your life at this time. And another thing too, it's also a time, I mean, the fact that you're talking about Venus and then the natal Black Moon Lilith, it's about loving and having more of love for people that are prominent in your life, people that play a provocative role in your life scheme. Venus is about love, our enjoyment. The Black Moon Lilith is connected with people that can figure prominently in your life, and it could be a time where you have more love, to express toward these people, where you value these people more. It's a time, and it's time to realize if you're valuing these people more, to try to do so. I would say, regardless, of the transit, it might make you aware at this time that these people, not to take them for granted. It's a very important time, just to understand that. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, now another way this transit could manifest, it could be where relationships, which is Venus, could be more than very much in harmony with you embracing that higher level of the placement, the Black Moon Lilith. Now, let's say, for example, if the natal Black Moon Lilith is in Libra, it could be simply being a mediator, being able to negotiate, persuade people. Whether you're a salesman or whatever you're doing, whatever you need to do, whatever it is you're doing that requires strong powers of persuasion. It may also be an auspicious time to receive money, which is Venus, and it could be for something that maybe you are very fixated on and truly enjoy, which is the Black Moon Lilith. If the Black Moon Lilith is in Virgo in the 3rd house, for example, it could be able to clean and diagnose, which is Virgo, vehicles, whether it be a car or a truck or what have you. And it might be a time, too, where it could be very positive for peaceful, which is Venus, the interaction with the people that play a provocative role in your life, which is the Black Moon Lilith. Now, if the Black Moon Lilith, say, is in Scorpio, it might be with a Scorpio, a sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Scorpio characteristics. And now when you have this transit, I would say it would also be easy to love and be at peace, which is Venus. Could be with a powerful enemy, a formidable adversary, which is the Black Moon Lilith. Now, it could be, let's say, for example, if the natal Black Moon Lilith is in Leo in the 8th house, maybe it was somebody that had bullied you when you were younger, and maybe there was, you were in school, grade school or what have you, and it might have caused some psychological trauma. So this, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.